Welcome to the SunaStats Football Podcast. I'm your host, SunaStats, and what we have just witnessed is not just another Argentina victory. We have witnessed history. Argentina 3, Algeria 0. And once again, the man at the center of it all is Lionel Messi. A hat-trick, 3 goals, a perfect performance, and with those goals, Lionel Messi has now drawn level with the legendary German striker Klose on 16 World Cup goals, the most in men's World Cup history. One more goal, just one more, and Messi stands alone. But to understand why this moment feels so special, you have to understand Argentina's story, because Argentina has always loved a savior, a player who carries the hopes, dreams, and expectations of an entire nation on his back. In 1986, it was Maradona. For years after that, they searched for the next hero. The talent was always there. Batistuta, Veron, Crespo, world-class footballers, yet the trophies never came. Argentina had not won the Copa America since 1993. They had not won the World Cup since 1986. Years of hurt, years of near misses, years of heartbreak. Then came Lionel Messi, the greatest talent Argentina had ever produced. But here's the part many people forget. Messi's international journey was not a fairy tale. He lost the 2014 World Cup final. He lost Copa America finals. He carried the weight of a football-mad nation, and every defeat became his burden. The criticism was brutal. People questioned whether he could ever lead Argentina to glory. Some even claimed he was only successful because he played alongside Xavi and Iniesta at Barcelona. Others said he would never be Maradona. The pressure became so intense that after the Copa America defeat in 2016, Messi retired from international football. Think about that. The greatest player of his generation was ready to walk away, not because he wasn't good enough, but because the heartbreak had become too much. Yet football always has a way of writing incredible stories. Messi returned, and slowly Argentina changed. For years, Argentina had been asking Messi to carry them, but in 2021 and then again in 2022, something different happened. The team started carrying Messi. Every tackle, every run, every sacrifice, every player fighting for the same dream. Not just for Argentina, for the man who had given everything to Argentina. The Copa America drought ended. Then the World Cup drought ended. Finally, after all the criticism, all the pain, all the questions, Messi completed football. And that's why this performance against Algeria means more than just 3 goals, because even at 38 years old, approaching 39 during this tournament, he's still doing things that should be impossible. Football keeps getting younger. Players are making debuts at 16. Stars are reaching 100 professional games before they can legally buy a drink in some countries. Yet here is Lionel Messi, 38 years old, still deciding World Cup matches, still producing magic, still making defenders look helpless. And the thing about Messi is this: he doesn't dominate games the way others do. Sometimes he's almost invisible. He walks, he waits, he watches, then suddenly, bang, a goal, an assist, a moment of genius. One footballer once described him perfectly: like a snake in the grass, quiet, patient, waiting. And the second you lose concentration, he strikes. That was Algeria today. For the first 2 goals, their goalkeeper Zidane will be disappointed, very disappointed. Let's be honest, he should have done better, but Messi was there, exactly where he always is, ready to punish mistakes. And the third goal? Classic Messi. Nobody closes him down, nobody steps out, nobody applies pressure. You give Lionel Messi a yard of space on the edge of the box, and you may as well start walking back to the center circle. Goal, hat-trick, history. And what amazes me most is that teams still haven't learned. For nearly 20 years, football has been asking the same question: how do you stop Messi? And after nearly 2 decades, nobody has truly found the answer, because if you leave him space, he punishes you. If you press him, he dribbles past you. If you mark him, he creates space for others. And if you switch off for 1 second, the game is over. That's why Argentina's players always look for him. The first option is always Messi, because he sees football differently. The weight of pass, the timing, the movement, the awareness. It's like he's playing a different sport. And now we have another fascinating storyline. Messi sits on 16 World Cup goals, level with Klose, one behind the all-time record. Meanwhile, Kylian Mbappe is chasing him, the old king and the new king, one chasing history, the other chasing the future. What a story this World Cup is becoming. But while we celebrate Messi, Argentina cannot ignore the bigger picture. The scoreline says 3-0. The headlines belong to Messi, yet Algeria had moments. Argentina were not perfect. There are still questions about this team, because if Messi has an off day, who steps up? If a top team manages to contain him, where do the goals come from? Those are the questions Lionel Scaloni must answer, because let's be honest, this wasn't a complete Argentina performance. This was another Lionel Messi masterpiece, and maybe that's the story of Argentina. For decades, they searched for a savior. For years, they waited for somebody to carry them. And today, at 38 years old, Lionel Messi is still doing exactly that. One more World Cup goal. One more moment of magic, one more piece of history waiting to be written. And if there's one thing we've learned over the last 20 years, you doubt Lionel Messi at your peril. Thanks for listening to the SunaStats Football Podcast. I'll see you in the next one.